education today. Bless our today's facilitators. Fill them with your Holy Spirit as they impact their knowledge to us. We may be the beneficiaries and be better patient today in managing our today's facilitators through our Sacco. Fill them with your Holy Spirit prayer through as they impact their knowledge to us. Amen. We may be the beneficiaries and be better patient today in managing our today's facilitators through our Sacco. Fill them and with your Holy Spirit prayer through as they impact their knowledge to us. Amen. We may be the beneficiaries and be better patient today in managing our today's facilitators through our Sacco. And with your Holy Spirit prayer through as they impact their knowledge to us. Amen. We may be the beneficiaries and be better patient today in managing our today's facilitators through our Sacco. Professionals, our managers, our members of the board, our members of the supervisory, in order to understand the different products that we have in our Sacco. I'm sure members have heard of BOSA products, members have heard of BOSA products. It will be an opportunity today in order to understand the different products, the different services that we get from the Sacco departments. Also, I know for some time we're talking about customer care, we're talking of our phone calls being destroyed or not being answered, different services. These days, we have a solution, and at some point we'll be inviting our chair, our marketing manager, to tell us more about that. In addition, I know we are going through tough economic times. I know people in terms of loan repayment, we've been having some concerns, and present with us today is our debt management team, and they will also take us through the process or the initiatives that have put in place in order to mitigate those situations. Later also we'll be having an interactive session, questions and answers, where all members will have an opportunity to ask questions and also get response from this team. Having said that, I want to take this opportunity to invite our treasurer, Madam Rose, to give welcome remarks. Over to you, Madam Treasurer.
Thank you very much, Tom. Good morning, our board members, our members of staff, our delegates, and our esteemed members. It's a wonderful day. It's a privilege for us to be here. And I'm grateful that he has made this day, that we are here together to attend this webinar, which is largely on products. So we will take you through the products that we offer so that you get to know how you can also be able to grow as a member. Remember, Waumini Sacco is always a future to believe in. And in this future, we would like to make it better every other day. There are concerns that have been raised by you members, and we listened to you. And today, we are glad that we are going to share some of the successes that we have made, some of the beautiful products that we have come up with, which will enable you to grow as a person, enable you to grow as an individual, and also we all grow as a society. So as you attend this particular webinar, my request to you will be that you pay attention, listen keenly, learn as much as you can, and ask questions, because we are also here. There is a large team here who will be able to respond to your questions. And in case we don't answer your questions today, do not hesitate to do a follow-up, because there's so many things that we have improved, and even our chairman will take us through what has improved in the Sacco, the products that we have been able to come up with. So I welcome you all. Feel very much at home, and be with us, journey with us, call a friend, call a colleague, and whatever you learn from here, you can also be able to share with them if at all they do not get a chance today to be able to attend. And with that, I say welcome, stay with us, and may God bless you.
Shukran, Madam Rose, for that warm welcome. And without any much ado, I want to invite our national chairperson who will give remarks from the board. Over to you, Bwana Moritz Otieno.
Thank you, Brother Tom. Thank you, board members, the team at the Secretariat, our honorable delegates, our members from across the divide, those locally located and those in the diaspora. Good morning. It's with much pleasure that I have this moment to talk to you as I welcome you to this, our second webinar. As Brother Thomas put it, the theme being unlocking opportunities with the Sacco products. The main objective of this education forum being to enhance our knowledge and capacity to make better financial management and investments decisions by use of products and services that have been availed to all of us. Most of our members are very much familiar with their key objectives of joining the Sacco, but some haven't realized that this is a dream that can be accomplished. And this could be attributed to, among other reasons, lack of adequate information on how to navigate in accessing the much needed financial support and using the funds wisely and optimizing the investments. It's for this purpose that the board and the management have continued to hold these forums as a way of empowering our members with much needed skills and knowledge, not only on the Sacco products and services, but also on the wise and better investment choices. This is our second webinar of the year, marking the second out of the 4 webinars planned for this particular year, 2025. Now, honorable members, honorable delegates, this morning, on behalf of the board, I wish to invite you to this webinar and encourage that we actively engage. We hope that by the time we shall be done with the session, our key objectives of sharing important information with our members will have been actually achieved. I therefore take this opportunity to call upon all members that we take advantage of the products and services as well as the information which will be shared by our respective departments. But before we move on to that particular segment, honorable members, allow me to share with you a few points here regarding what we are doing back here in our secretariat and in all our branches across the country. And the first point I would like to focus on is the call center. As promised during our first webinar held in February this year, the Sacco was in the process of finalizing the installation of a call center, and I'm happy that I report to you today that the same has been completed and it was rolled out on the 3rd day of this month. Some of the key features of the call center include the following. One, that with the call center, we have the ability to map the personal data of a member with a registered mobile number. This makes it much easier to view and correct errors on the member statements, in addition to gathering relevant information regarding our members. Secondly, we have increased the capacity, and therefore this will definitely reduce the number of calls that go unanswered. Thirdly, effective communication with our members will be enhanced, since the projected outcome from the venture is to reduce the number of calls that go unanswered. You'll agree with me that in the recent past, we have had numerous concerns about our calls that are not picked. I wish to assure you this morning that that will definitely be a story of the past. The second issue I'd like us to focus on and I'd wish to inform you about is about our loan uptake. Honorable members, we appreciate the members who are keen in patronizing our Sacco products and services. During the first quarter of this year, the uptake was at 603 million Kenya shillings, in line with our strategic plan, the average for the first 3 months being lower than the projected uptake. In the months of April and May, we have witnessed an upsurge in the loan uptake to 290 million Kenya shillings for April and 350 million shillings for May. I would wish to call upon all of us as members to come out in large numbers and take advantage of the low interest rates and patronize the loan products. The main source of our Sacco income are our loan products. Your dividends, or rather our dividends, our interest on our savings is solely dependent on the loan uptake. As your chair, I call upon all of us members to come forth and borrow, for it's only through that we can also get better returns at the end of the year. Those of us without securities or guarantors, please don't feel dismayed. You have an opportunity to access a self-guaranteed loan of up to 95% of your total savings. So there is no reason why you should be scared. I don't have guarantors. What do I do? You are at liberty to access 95% of your total savings. The self-guaranteed loan, on the other hand, is payable to any applicant within a scope of 24 hours. So, honorable members, if we adhere to this, or if we come forward to embrace this particular idea, then you realize that we can all get our loans within 2 or 3 days. And I can assure you that could be a game changer in our operations as a Sacco. Allow me, members, to now focus on a different issue that has been in our minds for quite a number of years: Fahari land projects. I'm sure we are all aware that the ministry does not allow us to engage in land matters. But then by the time this directive came, we'd already moved a step, and we are in the process of acquiring Fahari land. A few of us might have had a chance to visit the piece of land. Some of us may not have had that chance, but nevertheless, I wish to assure you this morning that we are selling 78 units of 50 by 100 in size plots in our Fahari project. We have 78 units, all measuring 50 by 100. 4 have already been sold, so we have a balance of 74 units. The first lot of interested buyers, will have a site visit next week, and that is Saturday, the 21st of June. Those interested, please forward your names so that the Secretariat can work on the logistics in terms of organizing the transport. On 21st of June, we'll visit Fahari land. Those who have never been there and wish to see the site, kindly, you're most welcome. A unit is going at 800,000 Kenya shillings. This is far below the market rate in that particular area. And to those who will have a chance to be there, you will attest to this. Now, this 800,000 Kenya shillings includes the cost of title processing. The Sacco has acquired the title deeds for all the units. We have all the title deeds in the office as we talk now, and this will be transferred to willing buyers on completion of your payment. So it's not a matter of we are going to the ministry, we are going to lands. No, we are out of that. Once you complete your payment, the title deed is transferred to you immediately. A member can apply for a loan by using the same land as security. So that's also an avenue in which we can boost our loan uptake by using that plot as a security, and then upon completion of the loan, you have your title. In response to your numerous inquiries and your interests, as the board and the secretariat, we are not just sitting idle. We are also thinking out of the box. What is this we can do that can make work easier for you and for us? What is this we can bring forth that can make things more interesting to you? And that's why, as a board and with the support of our technocrats in the secretariat, we're introducing to you another new product, a long-term mortgage product. We have rolled out a new product, namely Macau Plus loan. I repeat, this product is known as Macau Plus loan product. Up to 15 years at an interest of 13%. Members, I wish to repeat that our new product, Macau Plus loan, is augmenting the current Mjengo loan by offering a longer repayment period. The maximum limits have also been enhanced. You can access up to 15 million Kenya shillings. And I mean milioni 15. What else could come out better than that? Those members wishing to convert their current Mjengo loan to Macau Plus loan product can do it at no cost. This will ensure the completion of your projects that probably have stalled. You are still servicing Mjengo loan. To me, these are nothing but good news, honorable members. We also call upon those members who have taken mortgages with other financial institutions to come forth so that the Sacco can acquire those loans. This will surely save you from the increasing interest rates charged by those financial institutions. Please come forward. We are here for you. We want to bail you out of the pressures. We are ready and just waiting for you. The first application was received immediately after the launch of the product, and we are at an advanced stage of releasing the funds to that particular applicant, 15 million Kenya shillings. I call upon members to come in large numbers and patronize this product that will surely enrich our process of improving on our loan uptake. Honorable members, we all live in Kenya. Those who are in the diaspora, we are much engaged and we know what's happening. Our country is undergoing hard economic challenges. These, in effect, are for surely greatly affecting the Sacco, leading to low loan uptake and increased default rate. This is of great concern to all of us. We are quite aware that most of our members are unable to access loans due to increased deductions on their payslips. There's nothing we can do about that. Most of us are employed, and the payslip continues to dwindle day after day. Now, as a Sacco, we must get a way to mitigate on this. And so, we have accommodated individual members by increasing the repayment period of our loans to 84 months, up from 72 months. We can now reschedule our loans and have the repayment period increased to actually 84 months. That is 7 good years. Again, as a Sacco, we shall use all the prudent options available to cushion you, to cushion all of us from statutory adjustments that may occur from time to time, cause of which we have no control over, while focusing on our obligations of prudent management of Sacco resources. And we mean, as a board, prudent management of Sacco resources. Dear members, allow me to remind ourselves about one factor here that has seen most of us end up suffering, complaining, and this focuses on the members we call dormant members. Let me remind all of us again that the loan guard cover, which ensures that a family of a member receives 160,000 shillings as the last expense, in addition to 200% of a refund of the deposits, as well as settlement of the loans held by a member at the time of demise, stopped giving those benefits to members whose accounts are dormant at the time of their passing on. What does that mean? If your account is dormant and by chance you happen to leave, our friend up here calls you and you respond and go. With your account being dormant, one, your siblings or your next of kin will not have the advantage of receiving that 160,000 shillings last expense. They will not get a cent. Number two, the insurance will not take care of your loan because your account was dormant. Number three, the insurance will not refund your deposits at that rate of 200%. And so, we encourage all the Sacco members to ensure they maintain an active status always. I know times can be difficult, that is for sure, but we can always strive. In a manner of kind of a sacrifice, we can keep our accounts active. What do I mean? This can be achieved by contributing per month the bare minimum deposit requirements, which is only Kenya shillings 600. By ensuring that your account is deposited 600 Kenya shillings, that account remains an active account. In the event of that misfortune, then you enjoy all the other benefits. Additionally, I want to again appeal that we contemplate on the move to get more loans from the Sacco. I repeat again that this is the only way we are going to have better returns, so that when we meet at the ADM with the delegates, we are actually smiling and we don't have many questions because we'll have done our part, you have done your part, all of us as members, we've done our part. And so our ADM should be a session where we are now sharing what is the next move. Things are good. So what is next? How do we make it better? And not a forum where we are coming and asking, why are the interest low? Why is the dividend low? We want to get out of that. And we can only get out of that if we work as a team. You come forth, I come forth, we pick loans and service these loans, then we shall all be on the same page. Dear members, We are all aware of the recent US government policy on US aid programs, where the government of the United States of America was funding. And by that directive, it has had great effect on some of our units, and by extension, of course, our members. What it means is that some of these units may cease to exist. What it means is that some of our members in these units may lose their jobs. We are aware of this, and as a board, I'm happy to report to you that we are closely concerned and closely monitoring and engaging in discussions with our stakeholders on the implications of this development, both on our affected members and the Sacco at large. We are concerned and we are monitoring. We therefore call upon those affected members to come forth so that we can deliberate and mitigate on the possible default on loan repayments. As I've always said, even before I became chair, honorable members, the Sacco has mechanism that can assist you in the event that you find yourself not in a position to service your loan. It simply requires you to come forward and discuss with our secretariat the available options. There are numerous options, and you'll always end up getting one that will ensure you remain safe, your guarantors remain safe, and your membership remains very active and very healthy. The challenge we have is that most of us in such a situations, we decide to go under, and that does not help much. It messes up your record, your deposits, it puts your guarantors at a risk, which is not fair enough. We have to be our brother's keepers. My dear members of our mini Sacco, what are our prospects in this year 2025? We have done the first 5 months. During this year 2025, the following are some of our main prospects. 1, becoming ISO certified by 31st August of this year 2025. We have put all the mechanisms in place, and I can assure you that with your support and your prayers and God's graces to us, we should realize this by the 31st of August. Secondly, increase the awareness of Sacco and Sacco products in all the 26 dioceses. We know and we understand that our Sacco solely depends on the Catholic Church, and that's why we are working around the clock to increase our presence in all our Catholic dioceses in the country. We'll do this using all means. Our secretariat staff are moving across the country in all dioceses to ensure that our prospective members in those particular dioceses have a chance of joining the Sacco. A week ago, I had a chance of joining the marketing team at one of our parishes in Nairobi, Babadogo Sacred Heart Parish. And I was amazed by the kind of response we got from the Catholic faithful who had attended Mass on that Sunday. Now, this gave me an indication that the more we move to our parishes, the more we get members. And so even you as delegates, as you look forward to being the winner of the one who has recruited most members, please take advantage of the parishes next to you. You'll see the magic, and we might end up not knowing who to award and who not to award based on the kind of membership you'll have achieved. 3, continue with a review of our products and services to meet the ever-increasing demand and new expectations from our membership. Despite introducing Macau Plus loan, we have not sat back and relaxed. No, we are thinking, what else can we bring to you? And this calls upon your cooperation as well in coming forth with suggestions, supposing you came up with such a product. While at Babadogo Sacred Heart Parish 2 weeks ago, those members who were recruiting challenged me. How can I, as Mama Mboga, be depositing my 10 shillings every day? What other items can I take in form of a loan? Do you have any other products other than the normal loan products? Can we have items like water tanks, like maybe motorcycles that we can take through the Sacco. And I've already shared this with the Secretariat as well as my board members, and we are thinking about it and exploring what we can do to realize such a request. Honorable members, none of us has the limit or rather the audacity to say that it's only me who knows. No, we have to share this. And so your input is greatly appreciated in terms of telling us, look, if you came up with such a product, we have a few members who would be interested. And who knows, there may be more members. And so don't sit back and say, waumini wanafanya nini? It's a term and a phrase I don't like to hear when you say, waumini wamekata pesa zangu. No, ni wewe umekata pesa zako. For example, we don't have another animal called Waumini Sacco and members on one side. We are one. This is one family. And so whatever action we take in the office by virtue of our policies, kindly appreciate that we are doing this together as a team. Fourthly, enhancing our capacity, both infrastructure and human resource. As presented to you in our last budget, there are quite a number of recommendations which you did approve, the delegates did approve, and we are working on this to ensure that we have the requisite capacity as well as adequate infrastructure to move our agenda on. And fifth, improving service delivery in an effective and cheaper means. Honorable members, my being the chair, our having the board, our having the secretariat are all meant towards one objective, serving all of us as members to our satisfaction. And there's nothing short of that. I've had a chance to talk to the secretariat staff. We have shared as board members that we have to get out of that era of members complaining. This has not been done. My phone has not been taken. I have not been registered. And each and every one of us is now quite alert on their responsibilities, their roles, so that our Sacco becomes a shining example to other Saccos of efficiency in terms of management, in terms of what we are doing in our various roles. From your part as a member, please come forth and support us. Supporters will be more than happy when you tell us where we are not getting it right. We really appreciate that feedback. Honorable members, before I conclude my remarks, I have a few requests to put before you. One, I wish to request those without loans to consider patronizing the Sacco loan products. Please, if you are our member and you are watching me, you are listening to me, and you don't have a loan, make a point. Before the end of next week, I would be happy to get you a message that I've also taken up a loan, Chairman, by virtue of your request. If we look at the percentage of our members who have loans vis-a-vis those who don't have loans, then you realize that it's a tall order for us from this end to give you the better returns you so much desire, yet a bigger percentage of our membership don't patronize our products. Kindly come forward. Let this be our turning point in terms of our patronizing the products from the Sacco. Secondly, among my requests is that we call upon those having challenges, especially with the ongoing USAID program, to come forth for discussions with our secretariat so that an amicable solution can be reached. Please don't go under. We have a big team here at the headquarters. We have a branch in Kisumu, Kisii, Mombasa, Nakuru. Access any of these branches for a discussion, and we shall get a very, very good way forward. In conclusion, our dear members and all present, I take this opportunity to thank you for finding time to attend this meeting. I thank you and our esteemed other stakeholders for your continued support to our Sacco's activities. They are our activities, it is our Sacco. Finally, honorable members, let us remain united as a team. Our unit of purpose and focus is the genius that will take us to the next great level. Not to the next level, but to the next great level. I pray for God's guidance. I pray for God's blessings as we continue glorifying His name through this esteemed organization, Waumini Sacco. Truly a future to believe in. God bless you. God bless you. Maurice Otieno is my name, the Sacco chairman. Thank you, honorable members. And now, it's my pleasure to take you all to this practical experience of what I've just talked about as I started my remarks, the call center. We want to do it practically so that you can also have an experience. And those who have called our office in the last 1 week or so, I'm sure you have a testimony. And just to assure you that's not the end, we are still working on. More goodies are coming your way. I believe before the end of the year, most of us will be smiling and say, truly, Waumini Sacco is the future to believe in. So I'll make a call and I'll put this on the loudspeaker so that you can hear the correspondence we have with our call center. This should give you an assurance that when you call, that should be the story. I'm quite confident that we'll no longer have on our wall complaints of my phone call was not taken. I'm confident and I believe this is going to be the way forward. So I'll call the number. For your information, the number is 0709. I repeat again, 0709 052 000 052 000. And so I'm calling the number 079 052 000, that is 000. Let's see what kind of response comes up. Kindly be a little bit patient. This will not take us another 1 minute. It will take us a few seconds and we shall be home and dry. So we are trying to call that number, SIM1. So we have to okay.
Representatives are currently wait in line for the next available agent.
Repeat it again. Just repeat it again with the volume up. We are trying to make it come to you live with the full volume because we know because of the terrain, there are some areas that particular bit was not very clear. So we are making another call. Yes.
Ladies Sacco, your call is important to us. Our customer care representatives are currently engaged. Kindly wait in line for the next available agent.
So we've had the message that the lines available are engaged and you have been requested to just hold on. Let's see how long this takes before they can pick it. Okay.
Hello?
The volume, okay?
Hello?
We are still connecting with the call center. there could be a challenge somewhere, but nevertheless, we are working on it. We have to prove it right now, not tomorrow. We have to prove it that it is working in a short while. And so, as our marketing manager works on that, as our marketing manager works on that, I wish to continue thanking you for your effort and your time this morning. We now prepare to have the other sessions. Okay, we are not able to get it right now, but before the end of this session, we'll make sure we bring that practical part so that you can actually hear how the center is working. So members, allow me to stop at that point so that Tom can guide us on the next step. But as I promised before the end of this session, that means there are quite a number of phone calls coming in. That's why you can hear that response. They are currently engaged. And so I'll take this microphone back to Tom, who is our moderator of the day, to guide us on the next step. But before we conclude, we'll have done a practical experience of what the call center is all about and how the response is. I've done it before I came here, and it was wonderful. The response was wonderful in the sense that the gentleman at the call center was able to give me all the details about my account, whatever I wanted, my loan balance, all that came clear. My deposits, the last time I made my deposit, all that came very clear. So just be patient. Before we end the session today, we'll have that practical experience. Thank you very much. And now back to you, Banatom.
Thank you, our national chairperson, for bringing us up to speed on the far that we've come at this second quarter of the year. Members, we've been briefed on the key development that has been happening from the beginning of this year up to this point. Our chair, at some point, the systems were a bit down, and from the chart that we are seeing, members are mentioning that we do a repeat of the Macau Plus and also the mortgage. And I can assure you that during the FOSA products, our credit manager will emphasize on those areas in order to ensure that everyone who is present gets clear information in regard to that. Before we invite the second, the presenter, I want just to remind us that we take advantage of the meeting chat that you're having. I can see those who've keyed in, they are asking questions. I would encourage, if you have any question, you can make good use of the chat. I've seen people, Akina Hannah, Kezia, Veronica, I can see you are asking about the change of next of kin. I can see Jacob says that he needs a plot to develop. I can see Peter talking about accounts dormancy, and I'm happy that our team from this end is actively responding to these chats. So let's, as I had mentioned, let's make this be interactive. If you have any question, you can utilize the chat. Also, those who are following us through YouTube as well, you can place your question there and we will respond. And before we conclude this session, we'll also give an opportunity for call-ins. People can call and we'll be able to answer most of these questions. From what Chair has mentioned about the customer care experience, he's talked deeply about the call center, that this week we went live. This week it was more of piloting, and I'm sure every one of us would like to have an experience with what is happening, and maybe probably the time that the chair gave the number, everyone was trying to make a call, and there could be maybe a jam within the line. But that notwithstanding, I want to give this opportunity to our marketing manager, Madam Mtindi Ndambuki, to take us through the call center member experience. Over to you, our marketing manager.
Thank you, moderator. Good morning, members. My name is Mutindi Ndambuki. I sit in the Marketing and Customer Care Department. I'd like to take us through the call center and what exactly it is, what are the features of the call center that we have implemented. So as has been mentioned by the previous speakers, that is our chair, we recently implemented the call center, and this is bound to bring improved service delivery. We will have timely resolution of our member queries, and we'll be able to provide timely feedback to our members. Now, how will we be able to do this? One of the key features of the call center is that there is queuing of calls. As you have seen from the demonstration that the chair has done, when you call, your call will be queued based on how many people are making their call at that particular time. The second feature is that there will be callback for missed calls. Now, we appreciate that sometimes you may call and not get through to speak to an agent or any one of us in the Sacco. We now have a record of all the missed calls that are coming through our line. And with that, we are able to schedule callbacks to our members. Another feature is that we'll be able to track members' call history. Whenever a member calls the Sacco, we have a history of that member's calls and the various issues that they have been calling about. This helps us resolve your member issues quickly and timely. And also, it will also help us to have a proper reference of that member's calling issues. The other feature is that we'll have timely feedback based on all the above aspects that we have mentioned. So what exactly are the benefits of this call center? Number one will be improved customer service. This means that we will have a quick creation of all the member queries that are coming in. We'll be able to track and we'll be able to escalate these issues and queries that are coming in for easy resolution of the queries. Another benefit is that we'll have improved customer relations. This means that we'll have consistent communication and we'll standardize our processes to ensure professional customer interactions. With the calls that are coming in through the call center, we'll be able to collect data and insights, and this will help us improve our products and services. For every call that comes into the Sacco, we are able to record what was the purpose of that call. And with this, we're able to look at our products. If, for example, the calls that are coming in are based on products, features, we'll be able to look at our products and make reviews or recommendations based on the same. Brand representation is another benefit. We have dedicated and skilled agents seated at the customer care call center section who are highly trained to offer you a fast rate service. And overall, with this call center, the biggest benefit for us will be increased efficiency because we'll have a proper feedback mechanism to all our members. And now I take it back to the moderator. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mutindi, for that brief of marketing call center. I'm happy that you've mentioned about improved member service, improved efficiency. And when I was there this morning, I found a team of not less than 4 call agents busy receiving calls. And I want to believe, as much as we are at the piloting stage, this is something that is going to take us to the next level. And we also urge members to continuously keep on calling, engaging the agents, and also advise us on the best way we can improve our member service care. Just before I invite our credit manager in charge of the back office service activities, just to remind us that our chair mentioned about our plots in Fahari. Fahari Gardens is found along Kangundo Road, actually a few kilometers from Mala bus stage. and a few kilometers from the KBC substation within the Kandafu region. And he has mentioned that a plot is going for 800. And when we did our survey around that region, a plot is going for 950. This 800 is only for members. Non-members who might show interest, maybe you have a colleague or you have a friend who would like to have a piece of this, will be able to pay 900. Remember, these are only 74 pieces, and membership of this Sacco is over 60,000. So it is first come, first served. So I would urge members to take advantage of this opportunity. Rather than paying 900, you pay 800. And the benefit with this is, one, that the title deed is ready. Issues of, oh, I don't have a title deed or what, the title deed is ready. Once you pay, the title deed is transferred to you. Then again, also the other benefit is that you don't need to have all the amount with you. You can use that title deed. You can use that land to secure it, to get a loan and then start servicing. So I urge members, the 74 of us who will be lucky, please come forward. You can put your phone number on the chat. Then I want to believe our team will pick up the matter and they will call you starting from Monday in order to arrange how you can visit the place. Our chair has also reminded us that on the 21st, that is next Saturday, there will be a team that will be going to view the property. So once you put your phone number here, our marketing team will do a follow-up call and will arrange for that. So it's an urge that as members of Omini Sacco, you can secure a loan using that title deed and own that property. Having said that, and in the interest of time, allow us to go to the next area, that is the BOSA loan products. And at this point, I want to invite Madam Judith Acheng, our credit manager, who will take us through that section. Over to you, Madam Judith. She's also trying to come on board. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, moderator. And good morning, members. My name is Judith Acheng from Credit Department, and I'm going to take you through the BOSA loan products. Okay, good morning, members. My name is Judith Acheng, Credit Manager. I'm going to take you through BOSA loan products.
As we set up our credit manager, it's a kind reminder that we continue using the chat in order to interact. I've seen quite a number of us, including Esther, Peter, Jacqueline, Atieno, Gaku. They are showing interest in owning Fahari property. I'm encouraging all that you put your number and we will reach out to you. Additionally, and also what was mentioned by our chair in terms of the loan guard, in terms of the benevolent fund, that in case of anything, the 600 that you pay the 600 that is paid minimum monthly. That caters for the loan guard. And in case of any situation, maybe it's a benefit that I felt we should share. In case of anything, your next of kin benefits from the 200% refund, and also a family gets 160,000 in order to ensure that there is a decent send off. So this is something that I'm encouraging members, at least be ensuring that, one, you are very active. I've seen someone ask Peter actually talking about accounts dormancy. In case of anything happening when your account is dormant, and God forbid, maybe our insurance agent might not really consider that. So it's an encouragement that we always ensure that our accounts are up to date. With that, I'm being informed that our credit manager, she's very much ready to continue with that section. So back to you, Madam Judith Achen.
Okay. Thank you, moderator. And good morning, members. My name is Judith Achie. I'm going to take you through the BOSA loan products. BOSA stands for Back Office Service Activities. And in BOSA, we offer the following products. We have a development loan, top-up loan, restructuring loan, school fees loan, emergency loan, and Mazao loan. Today I'm going to focus on 3 main products, and we'll start with the development loan. This is a loan. It's a long-term loan to help members undertake development projects, and a member can have 2 development loans at the same time. The features are as follows. The maximum entitlement is 4 times the members' deposits, and the interest rate is 1% per month on reducing balance, with a repayment period of 72 months. And the minimum loan amount that a member can apply for is 5,000, and an appraisal fee of 0.625% of approved amount, with a minimum of Kenya shillings 250 and a maximum of Kenya shillings 6,250. The next product is self-guaranteed loan. This is a product that a member can secure with own deposits. You don't need to have a guarantor. And for this product, member can access 95% of their deposits. The interest rate is 1% per month on reducing balance, repayment period 60 months, and the minimum amount is 5,000, and member should not have guaranteed any loan for the member to be able to qualify for this loan. The third product is restructuring loan. As you heard from the previous presenters, we have this product that will help members to put their income to enable them to have their income to enable them to service the loan. This facility assists members to combine several running loans into one without incurring bridging levy. It helps members reduce their monthly loan installments. The maximum entitlement is 4 times members' deposit. Interest rate is at 1.083% per month on reducing balance, with a repayment period that extends to 84 months, and loan appraisal fee is 0.625%, with a minimum of Kenya shillings 250 and maximum of Kenya shillings 6,250. Thank you, members. Now I'll take it back to the moderator.
Thank you, Madam Judith. at least members, we've gotten understanding of the different loans, actually the three from BOSA offices. We've heard of the development loan, which you can take ×4 of your deposits, and you can pay within a period of 72 months. Then also she's mentioned about restructuring loan, which is really meant to reduce the loan burden by combining several loans, and that you can service for a period of 84 months. So these are some of the benefits that we can get from the BOSA office services. I know members, quite a number of us, we always get confused. What's the difference between the back office service activities and the front office service activities? And I know once we give this opportunity to the next presenter from FOSA, we'll be able to understand the difference and also the ways or where you can place your loan from. Because we've told of development, I'm sure she will talk of Mujengo, salary, and other things. And I will also request her to emphasize much on what you had mentioned much earlier about the mortgage and the Macau Plus loan, in order for us as members to understand and see if we can access these product. So, Madam Mushemi, our FOSA manager, I can see you are preparing to come on board. And I've seen Christina requesting that we also consider use Swahili. Kwa hivyo tutakuwa tunachanganya, tunaenda hiyo pande kidogo, tunarudi hiki pande kidogo. So to presenters, also try your level best to combine both. Over to you, Madam Elizabeth Mushemi.
Good morning, members. My name is Elizabeth Mushemi. I'm the FOSA manager. I'm going to take you through the FOSA loan products that we have in our FOSA section. FOSA for the Sacco, and therefore we have different types of products and services that we are offering at our FOSA. We have salary advance, we have FOSA loan, we have Waumini cash, we have Mjego loan, we have corporate loans, we have group loans, and we have our newly loan, that is the Macau Plus loan, which I will be talking about later in this section. For the salary advance, this is a loan that is available to our members who channel their salary through FOSA. Remember, if your salary comes through FOSA, you are able to get a salary advance from us. For you to get the salary advance, you must have channeled your salary through FOSA for 3 consecutive months. What we do for the salary advance, we do 1.5 times of your net salary. So we'll require you to give us your pay slips for the last 3 months. The repayment period for the salary advance is usually 3 months, but you can pay even within 2 months. The interest rate for salary advance is 10% upfront. The salary advance is secured by your own deposit. That is the deposits that the members do in the back office. In FOSA, we also have a FOSA loan. This is also a loan that helps members. Also, it's particularly for those members who channel their salary in FOSA. The members, we say they must have channeled their salary in FOSA for 6 months. Remember, for a salary advance, because it's a short-term loans, we'll request you only to channel your salary for 3 months. But since the FOSA loan, it's a kind of a long-term loan, we require you to have channeled your salary for 6 months. We do the multiplier of 4 times your members' deposits. These are the deposits that you have been doing in your back office. The repayment period for this loan, the FOSA loan, is 3 years, that is 36 months. And the interest rate is 1.167% per month on reducing basis. So generally, a FOSA loan, it's a loan that you are supposed to pay within 36 months. That makes it the whole difference between a salary advance and a FOSA loan. Where a salary advance, you channel your salary for 3 months, but for a FOSA loan, you channel your salary for 6 months. We still have our mini cash. This is an instant loan that is applied through mobile. For you to access our mini cash, you have to have deposits of 20,000, of not less than 20,000. The repayment period for Waumini Cash is 3 months, but we encourage our members to make monthly repayments rather, to lessen the burden. So it's not a must you stick with the third month, that is when you pay your Waumini Cash. We encourage our members that even if you get something little during the first month, the second month, and then you clear the third month, the interest rate for Waumini Cash is 10% upfront, and the loan is secured by your own deposit. Remember, I said for one to qualify for Waumini Cash, the minimum deposit in your back office have to be not less than 20,000. We are using the same deposits to secure the Waumini Cash loan. Members have been asking, why am I applying for Waumini Cash and I'm not qualifying? These are some of the reasons why you may not qualify for Waumini Cash, among others, but these are the main reasons: that your deposits are less than 20,000. If your deposits are less than 20,000, you cannot qualify for Waumini Cash. If you don't have your photo or your signature in our biodata, still you cannot qualify for this Waumini Cash. Remember, this is a mobile-based loan, and we are doing as much as possible to have all the information with us in our biodata so that we can also know who are we lending to. Is this our member? And that is why we are very keen on having your photos and signature with us. If your loans are non-performing, that is, you are not paying your loans well, you cannot also qualify for Waumini Cash. If you are less than 6 months of membership in Waumini, remember, for you to qualify for all our loans, you must have been the membership for 6 months. So if you are less than 6 months, let's say you joined Waumini in May, and then you apply your Waumini Cash in June, you cannot qualify for Waumini Cash. If you have reduced your deposit due to default, like you have not paid your loan, we have reduced your deposit because your loans are in arrears, still you cannot qualify for Waumini Cash. If you have changed your SIM card, you need to contact us to tell us that you have changed your SIM card, your phone, so that we can do the activation. Otherwise, when you change, you cannot also qualify for Waumini Cash. So these are the reasons why you cannot qualify. I know members have been asking, why am I requesting for a mobile loan and I'm not qualifying? So if you are in that category, please know that you cannot qualify for Waumini Cash. Another product that we offer in FOSA is the Mjego. Remember, we have been enabling our members to acquire RAD through our Mjego. We have also for some time revising the terms on Mjego. First, we started with 3 million, now we are at 5 million. For you to qualify for Mjego, we do 5 times your members' deposits. These deposits, I mean the deposits that you have been doing in your back office, the monthly deposit that you have been doing. We do times 5 of your deposits. The repayment period for Mjego is 10 years, that is 120 months, with an interest rate of 1.042% per month, that is 12.5% per annum, still on reducing balance. The minimum you can take from Mjego is 100,000 to a maximum of 5 million. That is why I said we capped this Mjego for 5 million. Initially, we were doing 3 million, but we increased the amount to 5 million. We have an appraisal fee of 0.625 of the approved amount and a minimum of 625 shillings, and a maximum we have capped it at 6,250. Still, we charge an insurance fee of 0.6% upfront of the amount being approved. From Mjego, we have acceptable securities, that is registered RAD or buildings with title deeds. It's important to note that we don't take allotment letters. We only accept RAD title deeds and lease agreement. We also have another category of members. As you are aware, we started inviting dioceses, parishes, schools, hospitals, which are Catholic managed, so that they can also join as members of Waumini Sacco. This particular group, we call it Category B. They have their own products. You can advise maybe your institution, they can join as Category B members. They enjoy the same benefits in terms of dividends and interest, together with what the members are enjoying. For institutions to get loans to us, still they must have saved with us for a period of 6 months. And for them, we do 6%, 6 times their deposit. Let's say an institution have saved 10 million, we do 6 times, but we have capped these institution loans up to 50 million. So for institutions, we do 6 times their deposit, but with a cap of 50 million. The interest rate for institutions is 1.083% per month. That is 13% per annum on reducing basis. There is an appraisal fee of 1% of the approved amount, and also an insurance fee of 1% per annum, 1% upfront. For these institutions, also we require them to have security for this loan. The security they give us is registered RAD with title deeds and lease agreements. Again, we don't accept allotment letters. We only accept registered title deeds and lease agreements. The institution also have to have saved with us for 6 months. The repayment period for these institutional loans, it's usually 10 years. That is 120 years. 120 months. So we are encouraging our members, please talk to your administrators and let's have these institutions join. They can either be parishes, they can either be schools, hospitals, which are managed by the Catholic institution. We also have group loan. We realized apart from the parishes and the schools and the hospitals, we have groups that are within the churches. These groups are like CMA, we have CWA, we have choirs, we have jumuiyas and youths. For these also groups, we have a different category of loan for them. That is, we do 5 times their group's deposit. Remember, for an institution, I said we do 6 times, but for a group, we do 5 times their group deposits. The repayment period for groups is usually 5 years, that is 60 months. For institution, I said the repayment period is 120 months, that is 10 years. But specifically for a group, that is CMA, CWA, we do 60 months. The interest rate is 1.042% per month on reducing basis. The loan also attracts an appraisal fee of 1% and an insurance fee of 1%. We have acceptable security if a group has a registered title deeds. You remember, these CMAs and CWAs are also owned by the parishes, and maybe the titles will be under the name of the dioceses where they represent. So we accept those title deeds, and also the group has to have saved with us for 6 months. Now we come to the new product, that is Macau Plus loan. I'll take you through the Macau Plus loan. This is a long-term product that will help our members to develop their properties or buy already developed properties. You remember that our Mjego loan is capped to 5 million, but this Macau Plus loan, you can access up to an amount of 15 million. So if you are in Mjego loan and you want to transit to Macau loan, it's agreeable, you can do that. The amount is up to 15 million. We do 4 times the deposits of members' deposits in back office. The interest rate for Macau loan is 13% per annum still on reducing basis. The repayment period is 15 years, but we have subjected this to 60 years retirement age. Remember, our Mjego loan, the repayment period is 120 months. But this one we are giving up to 180 months, that is 15 years, but subject to 60-year retirement age. Secured acceptable securities, you can secure the Macau loan by property or land. That is, if it's land that is not developed, and that is the land you want to secure the Macau Plus loan with, we take 70% of the value. And for ready-made properties, we take 80% of the value. For ready-made properties, I mean that you want to buy a house which is already there. So we'll value the amount of the house, and then we subject it to 80%. The Sacco shall also retain 2% of the amount as cash collateral. Remember, this is only to caution us on our side that we have to retain something for this a certain percentage of the amount in case the person wants to use it to complete the loan at the end. You can use it. Remember, this also cash collateral earns interest at the end of the year with the same rate of interest that the Sacco will declare. You can top up the loan after a repayment of 6 months. Let's say you have taken the loan of 15 million. You have paid, the loan balance is 10 million. You can top up the amount at no commission. Suppose whatever you are doing has not been completed, you can top up the loan. But remember, the cap is 15 million. So if you had taken 15 million and you paid up to 10 million, then you can come for a top-up of another 5 million after 6 months. We'll also require approved plan from the relevant authority that the RAD is being developed. So that is our Macau Plus loan. I know there may be many questions surrounding how we are doing it. Please feel free to ask as we go to the other presentation of the acceptable securities. The acceptable securities are for all the loans in the Sacco. One of the acceptable security are your own deposit. Like our credit manager said, we have a self-guaranteed loan. If you have not guaranteed anybody, you can guarantee yourself with your deposit. We also have the guarantors. That is, there are people who are able to guarantee you with your deposit. Number 3, we have registered RAD or buildings with title deeds and lease. That is where I insisted we don't take any allotment letter. We only deal with registered title deeds and lease agreement. We have motor vehicle with log books, which are not more than 8 years old. And then we have treasury bonds. I'm going to take you through the security RAD perfection. I saw a question where a member was asking, how long does it take to perfect the RAD? How long does it take when you give us your title deeds so that you can get the loan? I'll take you through the process. It is usually a lengthy process whereby we involve third parties, and that is why we are very cautious of what we are doing so that we can get it right from the word go and have these title deeds and log books in safe custody. So what are the members supposed to share with us? When you tell us, now I've come to Aumini, I want a loan and I want to secure this loan with a title deed. What are you supposed to do? The first step, you are supposed to give us a copy of your title deed or the lease agreement. That is a copy. Then you give us the identification of properties. That is your ID, your valid passport, or the KRA PIN. That is the first step that the member is supposed to do. Provide us with a copy of the title deed or the lease agreement, your ID, your passport, and your KRA PIN. Then, after that, what is the Sacco supposed to do? You have provided us with the required documents. Now, the Sacco will initiate the evaluation process by awarding to a licensed valuer. Remember, we usually pre-qualify valuers and lawyers. The reason we do this is because they act in the best interest of the Sacco. And therefore, we have a panel of pre-qualified valuers and lawyers who do the process. So we'll initiate the evaluation process and award the valuer. We'll also initiate the obtaining of the consent from the RAD control board. And we'll also initiate the registration of the charge at the registry by awarding a licensed advocate. Like I said, we have pre-qualified valuers and lawyers who do the process. Many of the times, a member will come and ask us, I have my own lawyer, I have my own valuer. Why would I not use that? We'll tell you, because the lawyers and the valuers are acting on the best interest of the Sacco. The Sacco has pre-qualified very many lawyers and valuers who we give out the job. So there is no way a member will come with his or her own lawyer or valuer to do the process. What will now denote the member to remember in the loan application? The member shall request, the Sacco shall request for a consent from the spouse of the owner. Therefore, if you are coming with a title, we will request you to have the consent from your spouse. Where you don't have a spouse, we will request you to have an affidavit where the lawyer will sign that you don't have a spouse. The Sacco shall also perform due diligence on the offered property. The original ownership documents shall be surrendered to the Sacco. After we do all that, we'll tell you, now bring the original title deed after we have got the consent. The church document will be executed by the parties involved, that is the borrower and the Sacco and the RAD registrar. The Sacco shall be borne, the cost shall be borne by the borrower. We usually insist that even if the valuer comes on the site, please don't pay the valuer, because from the loan that you are taking, we will deduct the cost of the valuer. So there is no arrangement between you, the member, and the valuer, since from the loan we'll deduct all the costs for the valuation cost and the lawyer's cost. All of those costs will be deducted from the loan. So we usually advise our members, please don't pay the valuer. We are going to deduct from your statement. And as we look at your statement, especially the prime account, we'll have shown you all the deductions that you have made. Remember, when we engage the valuer, we usually call the member. We will tell you, the valuer we are getting is charging this amount. Are you comfortable with the amount? Then you give us a consent to tell the valuer go on. When we get the lawyer, we'll also call you and ask you, we are getting a lawyer who is charging this much. Are you comfortable? So each and every stage we are doing, we engage our valuers, we engage our members, and we already tell you how much they are charging. So even if the loan comes, we will know their costs, their appraisal fee, and then there are the cost of the lawyer and the cost of the valuer to be deducted from your account. So whatever you'll be getting from your loan will be the net, subject to deductions of all the costs. When you go to motor vehicle, when you give us your logbook, that you want to secure your loan with a logbook, we will require the member to share a copy of your logbook. The same way we required you to share a copy of your title deed or lease agreement, it's the same way we are now requiring you to share that copy of your logbook and also your identification documents, that is the ID, the passport, the KRA pin. The Sacco will still initiate the valuation of the vehicle. We'll also initiate a joint registration. Remember, when you are using the motor vehicle now will be jointly owned between Waumini Sacco and you. We also initiate installation of the tracker for the motor vehicle. Remember, we still have our pre-qualified car trackers whereby those are the people we use to do the installation of car tracking. The Sacco also shall perform the due diligence on the offered motor vehicle. The original ownership documents will be surrendered to the Sacco for registration. The motor vehicle, here we insist, the motor vehicle shall be comprehensively insured for the duration of the loan. If you have taken a loan for 4 years, remember each and every year you are supposed to insure your vehicle comprehensively. We don't do third-party insurance. So for the period that the loan is running, we will require that you insure your vehicle comprehensively. For used vehicles, the security will be discounted for 50%, while areas for new vehicles, the security will be 90%. So it's important to note that the discounting rates are different. For used vehicles, 50%, and also for new vehicles, 90%. The cost also shall be borne by the borrower. Remember, all these costs we are using, the installation, the car tracking, will also be borne by the borrower of the loan. Having said that, what are the key reasons? Why would you choose Sacco loans? Why would you choose Waumini loans for this purpose? Why would you not choose bank loans? why would you come to us to get loan from us? Remember, our interest rates are very low. The Sacco offers very low interest. Our highest interest is, I think it's for the category Bs, which is 13%. For our normal members, we do 12%. We have very flexible loan terms. You can pay up to 84 months, and that is why I'm saying you are at liberty to know at what terms will you pay. Will you pay with 60 months? Will you pay with 72? Will you go to the 84 months? So our loan repayment terms are very flexible. That is why we are saying you can come to us and talk to us about the repayment period that you are comfortable with. We are also member-oriented. Sacco are member-owned. Loan structures are tailored to the members. Like we have seen, we have come up with the loan of Macau loan. We are tailoring this to our members. We are also coming up with many types of loans, like the tank loans, the solar loans, and therefore all our products are tailor-made to suit the kind of membership that we are having. We have also profit sharing. At the end of the year, we declare our dividends from Sacco profits effectively, reducing overall borrowing such that you can be, after saving with us, we are not only getting loans, but we are also sharing what out of the surplus that you are getting, we are also sharing out to our members. We also instill saving discipline. You must save before you borrow. That means you have to be disciplined in your savings. This helps build a financial cushion and credit worthiness. Therefore, when you are saving with us, you are saving for a purpose. You can be saving for that. You can be getting your dividend and interest. You can be saving knowing that this is my future plan. So it helps our members not only for loans, but also to discipline ourselves in the saving. There is easy qualification. Like I have said, there are simpler requirements and faster approval times. You will bear me witness that we have tried as much as possible to adhere to our turnaround time, especially when it comes to loans. And therefore, you are assured when I apply for this loan, I'm only giving myself 48 hours or 24 hours to get this loan. Normally, for these big loans like the Mjego loan and Macau loan, you see there are a lot of people parties which are being used, and therefore it takes quite time. But we say it takes not more than 3 months, unless there are some things hindering us from the RAD's office, which we usually communicate to our members. Then the loan should not take not more than 3 months. Other loans like the emergency loan, the FOSA loan, the school fees loans, all those loans you can access with ease. We have, like I said, we have tried to maintain our turnaround time on loans. Community trust and support. Saccos also operate within a common board that build us and the shared accountability for us. And then we are a community. We are a Catholic based Sacco, and therefore it gives us that common board that we are all one, and therefore it is possible for us to be able to be served and also get loans at ease. Thank you, moderator. I will stop at that, and now back to you, moderator. Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, Madam FOSA Manager, for that detailed and comprehensive presentation on the FOSA products. And the members, you've had the different products that we can patronize from not only FOSA, but also BOSA. And if I can echo the words that we got from our chairperson about patronizing our products. We are looking at the statistics this morning, and we realized that only 19,356 members currently are servicing their loans or have a loan with the Sacco. And our membership population is over 50,000. So you can see only half of members are currently patronizing our loan services. It's something that I would request and also echo what the chairman mentioned, that we try to encourage people and members to patronize the different products that we do have. I want to believe all of us, and as it has been mentioned, we can be able to access Waumini Cash. If we're in a position to access, given the options of maybe using the mobile facilities or our own Waumini Cash, I would request you that you prioritize getting that short-term loan from Waumini Sacco. And we have different products that, as they've been mentioned. You can take a salary advance, you can take a salary loan, you can take school fees loan, emergency loan, Mazao loan, Mujengo loan. Now we have Macau Plus loan. So it's a kind request that maybe before we consider other options or other places to secure a loan, we prioritize Waumini Sacco. And as we continue, I can see we are having a very interactive conversation with our members who are present. I can see the chat is very active. Also appreciating the response from our marketing team from this side. You are responding to the questions in the right manner. Members, allow us to go to the next session before we go to the questions and answers. And I know this is an area that a majority of us have been calling the Sacco. They've been receiving SMSs or even phone calls, because as we agreed, the macro economics of the country currently, they are not really good, and the issues of default, issues of late repayment, issues of deposit mobilization are becoming a challenge. And with us today, we have our debt management manager, who will take us through the next level in order for us to understand most of these things. And as a rider, I know from the previous presenter, you saw some details that maybe you would like to refer. I want to assure you that after the end of this session, the takeaways, the notes will be shared with you. You can share your email address, you can access your portal, or even as well, you can use our website. You'll get all these takeaways there. So without any further ado, I want to request our debt recovery manager, Bwana Musa, to pick from there. Over to you, Bwana Musa.
Good morning, members, and thank you for making time to join us. We are going to have a discussion around debt management. And debt management is simply how we organize our credit facilities we patronize. Debt management involves planning and controlling your borrowing and repayment activities to ensure you meet your financial commitments without compromising your financial well-being. Members, from debt recovery standpoint, before you apply for any loan, we encourage you to plan well so that the loan you are going to apply, you are going to repay it well. And let us look at the importance of debt management. Why should you plan when you are taking a loan? Number one, it prevents over-indebtedness. As in, members, when you start patronizing loans, you make sure that the loans you are applying, you don't overborrow. When you overborrow, it becomes now a burden from your end. You will start also feeling loan fatigue. And that will affect your ability to continue paying your loan. Number two, while you're patronizing the loan facilities, you still have to maintain good credit standing. What I mean by good credit standing is we are not supposed to be listed while you are paying your loan. If you have borrowed the loans you are able to repay, you will always continue enjoying other products like the mobile ones, like additional loans. So you make sure that you maintain good credit standing. And as a Sacco, we are working around the clock to ensure that we are also helping you to have good credit standing by listing you both positively and negatively. Positively, I mean those who are repaying their loans well, you are gaining a lot of points. As in when someone looks at your rating, it's like this one is credit worth. And for those who are not paying, we are listing you so that history does not repeat itself from wherever you go for a credit facility. Number 3, ensures continuous access to financial activity. I said if your credit standing is good, it means you'll continue enjoying other financial services. Number 4, protects personal and Sacco assets. When you plan your borrowing well, because I'm very sure members, sometimes we are not able to fund our investments and our projects using savings. And we go for loans so that we undertake our projects. When you take a loan and you're not able to repay this loan, you can easily lose your property through auction. And on the other hand, the Sacco will lose the money it has loaned to you. So there is this personal and Sacco assets loss. So if you plan well, it means there is that protection that comes with it. Members, how do we avoid loan default? First of all, before you take a loan, you need to assess your repayment capacity. From where you sit in Waumini, we look at your pay slip. You should not take a loan whereby the repayment takes more than 70% of your net pay. So make sure at least you remain with the money that can take care of your upkeep. Number 2, and also you take a loan that you can pay flexibly and consistently. Number 2, create a repayment plan. Every time we disburse a loan, there is a repayment schedule that we normally send to members and Catholic units administrators and accountants. Make sure you take your time to look at that repayment schedule so that from onset, you know how much you are going to pay and when to pay. Members, you need to know that if you take a loan between 1st and 15th, the repayment will begin from the very month. But if you take a loan from 16th to 30th, the repayment will start from the next month. Number 3, maintain financial discipline. Members, we encourage you to be disciplined when it comes to borrowing. Why do we normally have default? There are members who take loans just to default. And at the same time, the guarantors who have really been kind enough to guarantee your loan, and then they end up losing their deposits to your defaulted loan. We urge you members to have discipline when it comes to applying for the loans. Number 2, on the discipline, kindly make sure you borrow what you are able to repay. At times, members, when we are doing projects, we get I can say we get so carried with the project until you forget that you have also a debt to pay. Sometimes you are working, maybe you are building your house and you feel like, I need to put up the fence, I need to put some flowers, I start landscaping. Members, as you are taking loans, make sure you are taking loans that you'll be able to repay. So discipline is very important. Number 4, maintain open communication. Communication is two-way. Communication is where you are in need of information from the Sacco. The Sacco is very open to you after taking a loan. It's very important you know how much you are going to pay and when are you starting to pay. And suppose you have skipped a repayment, how do you go about it? How do you catch up? So all the time, if you are in need of communication that can help you to be up to date with your loans, kindly reach out to the Sacco. We have so many platforms that you can use. You can use phone call, you can use email, you can call, and also visit our branches across the country. Communication also on the other side, it also takes care of Waumini communicating to you. I must say, Waumini, you have taken some positive steps to make sure that communication is timely to you. When you are applying for the loan, when we disburse the loan, we normally keep you updated about the repayment, about when the loan is ready. So when we communicate to you, we are giving you the timeline when you should start paying the loan, the much you are going to pay. Kindly pay attention to that communication. And when things are not going on well and we are not now notifying the loan that is not performing, it is reporting arrears from first month to the second month. Members, we encourage you to take that communication seriously because prevention is better than cure. It's better we work with arrears than now working with the refunds from defaulters. Members, I'm very sure some of you are really going through hard economic time. I have witnessed high staff turnover in our Catholic institutions. People are losing their employment. We have also had an effect from USAID directive, and it's affecting us members, some of our members very directly, and some of the members may be affected in the course of the year. What is the impact of all these job loss and the USAID directive? The members who are affected, they are going to lose income. Income in terms of the salaries they have been earning from their employers, and it will severely affect their ability to service loans and thus increasing default risk. So members, after losing your income, there is that time when you are thinking about what to do, and on the other hand, there is a loan that you need to pay. So we must be aware of this, and we must be ready on how to go about it. In the wake of this, from debt recovery where we stand, we have seen where entire unit has been shut down. There were members working on a certain project. The project has ended. These members had inter-guaranteed each other, which means it becomes even a challenge for them. It becomes a challenge to Waumini Sacco when it comes to recovering the disbursed loans. With this, we are encouraging members to embrace land collateral as security to your land. It doesn't matter whether you used guarantors in the first place when you are applying the loan, but if you have a land title deed and you see your job has come to an end, instead of us continue with a guarantorship, which will affect most of you members, we encourage you to bring your land title deed as security for your loan. That's security for your loan. And why do we encourage members to use land as collateral? Number one, land is a valuable and relatively stable asset. Number two, using land can reduce reliance on guarantors, minimizing risk to their deposits. And members, that's number 2 point, whereby we need to embrace land as security. We are at a time when financial independence can give our members peace. Losing deposits is very painful. So if you can use land title deed as security to your loan, it will really minimize cases of guarantors losing deposits to defaulters. Number 4, on the land collateral, it can be potentially unlock larger loan amounts. My credit manager and FOSA manager have been presenting here about Sacco products. They have talked about Mjengo loan. They have talked about Macau loan that is allowing members to have a maximum of 15 million. 15 million is quite huge amount of loan. So if you have your property, it can take care of your loan as security, which means you will not subject guarantors to guaranteeing you big loans of that amount. Number 4 is it encourages financial independence. Most members at the point when they are losing their funds to defaulters, they feel like, I wish I had not guaranteed anybody. So if we encourage members to continue guaranteeing other members, but kindly take care of some of the steps. Know the person you are guaranteeing, study the amount, keep track of that loan, the way it's performing. But in case we go the way of having a land collateral security for the loan, it gives most members financial independence. There's no worry that someone is going to run away with their deposits. There are some of the factors you need to consider. Guidelines for using land as collateral. Ensure proper legal documentation of land ownership. If you are planning to use land collateral, make sure you have a title deed that is acceptable for loan processing. Number 2, maintain up-to-date land registration certificates like the land rates. Make sure you are paid and you are up to date. Number 4, be transparent about land valuation. We normally do valuation and sometimes we send our valuers to keep in touch with the loan applicants who are our members. So every time we are sending our professionals to undertake that assignment, be transparent about your land valuation. Number 4, use the land that is free from disputes. Members as a Sacco, even from your end, if you want us to process your loan quickly, don't give us the land that has issues. Members, we want to look at strategies for members to avoid default. More so, the members have talked about the members who have lost their jobs, members who are victims of Trump with the USAID directive. Number 1 is income diversification. Members, we are at a time when salary is not enough. Make sure we have a side income, we have additional income, alternative income that can take care of your obligations, can take care of your loan obligations in case there is no employment. Number 2, budget adjustment. There's so much happening in the micro and macro environment, economic environment. We have seen at the global level, America is giving directives. At national level, you see the government is increasing taxation. At individual level, you see you're separating with your organization. And with that, members don't live in denial. When things are not happening, when there is budget cut, it means you have also to adjust. For example, if you are in a high-end estate, you have been living in Runda, and things are not going on well, you can move to Buruburu. You can also make adjustment on your diet and your entertainment and black tax and everything. Number 3 is emergency savings. Regardless of your source of income, members, you need to have a formula on how you are working with your income. And the usual one is 50, 30, 20, and let me say, make sure from your whichever income, whether from the business or employment, 50% takes care of your needs. Needs are things you must spend on. Then let 30% take care of wants, but not necessarily needs. And then the remaining 20%, give God 10%, members. You can give God 10%, the tithe, and then save for yourself 10%. That will help a lot. Number 4, loan restructuring. Loan restructuring and job search preparedness. Loan restructuring, members, if you have more than 2 loans, make sure you consolidate all these loans into one so that at the end of the day, you only have one loan repayment. That one will minimize chances of you defaulting on the many loans you have. And then we have also job search preparedness. Members, you have seen, like your program has told you, that in September, you'll no longer be working. In October, maybe you'll no longer be working. The project will be out. It is time for you to look at your curriculum vitae, look at your CV, get a professional to work on your CV, start sharing your CVs here and there. God in heaven is there, you never know. Before the end of the program, you may be already elsewhere, even in a better place. Number 5 is financial counseling. I've seen some members who lost their jobs abruptly. It has really affected them to the extent that they are losing hope. If you have come to a point whereby you are in a, you are now, the situation is so, you're getting into depression, make sure you get a financial counseling. The financial counseling will help you to unlock some of the opportunities around you that may just change the whole situation altogether. Well, Sacco is committed to supporting its members through sound financial practices. Let's work together, members, to promote a financially resilient community. Clarion call to members. Members, clarion call to you. This is the take-home message. Take-home message to you is members are encouraged to patronize the Sacco products by saving regularly, borrowing wisely, and repaying promptly. Allow me to say something about saving regularly. Saving regularly, it's talking about your welfare fund, it's talking about your deposits, it's talking about your shares. Members, it's very important as you are paying your loan, make sure you're also paying your deposits. And so one will ask, why would I continue increasing my deposit and yet I'm paying the loan? By increasing your deposit, it means it will increase your interest and dividends at the end of the year. It will increase your credit limit. If you are able to get 300, you'll be now able to get 600 and even $1 million. And from the Sacco side, we are able to have a working capital where the business will run very smoothly. So members, we encourage you, think about, as you are paying the loans, also increase your deposits. Or for those who do not have loans, but you still have that capacity to increase your deposits, please do so. A question has been coming, how much should I have as shares? Members, the minimum each member should have as shares is 15,000. However, maximum, you can increase your shares as much as you can. Now we'll go to a section of question and answers, and I'll take it back to the moderator.
Thank you, Musa. Indeed, that was a wonderful training. on how we should navigate, on how we should mitigate, particularly on these tough financial times. We really appreciate that. And members, might you have missed a point or two, just a reminder that through your portal, if you share your email address or through the website, you'll be able to access these content. I appreciate members for taking time to be with us. I can see different people from different regions. I can see members following us from Marsabit, others following us from Kisii, others following us from Nguluni, and even we have members from diaspora, particularly United Arab Emirates and even the United States. It shows that our Sacco is global, our Sacco is international. Maybe before we go to the questions and answers, just to remind us that questions are being raised through the chat. I've seen quite a number of us. I've seen Emmanuel asking, can I pay share capital in 3 installments of 5,000 per month? I've seen John's asking, will I qualify again after defaulting Wahoo Cash? Kalikodo is saying people in academia, the retirement age is 70 years of age, and this be considered when appraising long-term loans. Then also Esther Wobula has a very good advice and opinion that if we can have an opportunity for the members to have an exhibition day where we can share experiences, get business opportunities, and see even if we can get guarantors for such kind of forum. So let's continue to interact through that forum. Others through YouTube, I can see you're also getting responses as required. So our team on the ground is really trying the level best to ensure that everyone leaves this place when they are satisfied. At this point, we'll go to questions and answers. We'll also give an opportunity to verbalize the concerns. The IT team, I don't know if this is the right time. We give opportunity to members maybe to unmute and ask a question or two, should they feel like the chat option is not sufficient. So members, if there's someone who has a burning question and maybe could not utilize the YouTube and the chat platform, you can unmute and ask the question directly. Yeah, just raise your hand up. Someone will unmute you. As we try to raise our hand up, I've seen Jacqueline and quite a number of us are asking if there's someone who is selling shares. It shows that the shares are in very high demand. Even me, I'm looking for someone who is selling so that I buy. And through this platform, we will be able to get people to buy. Yes. Anyone? We are trying to locate anyone trying to raise his or her hand. Great. As we open that avenue, there are some questions that have been raised through email. And if I can read the question, which will be open to this platform for response. Austin Ogongo is saying, I need a loan, but I was denied due to instructions from USAID government since I'm their employee. And I was told to wait until you will be given way forward. Are you okay with giving me a loan? I want to request our CEO to respond to this question.
Thank you. Good afternoon, members. What I can say is that as much as we believe in the issue with the USAID as pronounced by the President Trump, it doesn't mean that's the end of life. Of course, people must work, people must do other things, and God must open other ways for us to continue living as it was purposed by the Lord. Now, the way you're handling the issue of the USAID is this one. If you applied for a loan, we encourage you to go to the nearest branch, discuss with the manager. If the manager is unable to handle the matter will be forwarded to the HQ, and we shall review the matter and be able to advise you accordingly in terms of how much you qualify and be able to give you a loan as per the parameters there. So don't fear, come forth. We are ready to discuss and be able to handle the issue as they arise. So it doesn't mean that if this project is ending, it means that you must not continue living the way you've existed. No, we are here to handle your issues. And in terms of the loans, we shall be able to praise and be able to advise you accordingly. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you, CEO, for that response. There is another email question from a member who is asking, how is your call center inclusive, especially for hearing impaired members stroke deaf? That is a good question, our member Jacinta. And for sure, that is something that was considered. We want to make our call center be all inclusive. And we are doing them in terms of sections. At least we are happy that we are able to conclude the first section. Now we'll be going to the second section, which will capture areas like considering the abled differently, which will also capture issues like the IVR, whereby like when you call, you don't need to be, your question will be directly sent to the respective area. For instance, if you have a BOSA question, it will go to BOSA. If you have a FOSA question, it will go to FOSA. Also, we are trying to embrace artificial intelligence, where we are also planning to come up with the AI chatbots for basic inquiries like our working hours, our location, and such other things. Then also we want to work on the real-time analytics in order for us to track the performance of the agents at the call center. And then finally, we will have the omni-channel communications, whereby we are going to integrate these phone calls, these SMSs, these emails, in order to ensure that our customers get quality services. So yes, it is with us, and we are in the right trajectory to ensure that all our members are taken care of. Any audio concern? Thomas, you're online? Kindly go. Yes. Thomas, we can hear you.
Yes, thank you very much. I want to appreciate the Sacco for the milestones taken, more especially on the call center and the improvement of the WOMIN limit on WOMIN cash loan. My request and the question is one, is it possible to make the call center toll-free? Then for defaulters, if I guarantee someone loan and they default, how best can the Sacco help me? I know it is my responsibility because I committed, but how can the Sacco help me through the Sacco credit control unit to recover my lost deposits? Then the last question is on Fahari lands. What are the social amenities? Or what are some of the amenities do we have in the land? Do we have power? Do we have water? Yeah, thank you. Over and out.
Thank you, Thomas. We've received you loud and clear. And I've seen you have 3 questions. One is about the toll-free service. And as I had mentioned much earlier, this is something that is in progress. and it will be considered. It will be considered in the next section. I will request the technical team, debt manager, to mention something about guarantorship. Then after that, our CEO will mention something about the social amenities as you've requested within the Fahari region. Over to you, Bwana Musa.
Thank you, member, for your question. Thank you, member, for your question regarding concerning how the Sacco helps the member you guaranteed. In my presentation, I indicated that after guaranteeing a member, make sure you journey with the loan you have guaranteed. From there, that we have arrears process, the arrears notifications that we normally send. So even at arrears notification level, you will need to start engaging from that point. We see if this member can pay the arrears. Then in an event where the member is not able to pay the arrears, we normally give the final notification to both the defaulter and the guarantors. And at that point, we are still working with the guarantor, we are still working with the delegate if you are from the unit, plus us. In an event where the member is not able to pay the arrears after 4 months, and we have made phone calls to the member, we have visited the member, and we have assessed the situation in that we cannot, as a Sacco, collect money from this member. We are regulated by SASRA. SASRA normally is very strict to the Saccos that we have to undertake a recovery. And then immediately after we undertake the recovery, we normally compile all these defaulters and forward these accounts to external debt collectors who help us from day to day tracing these defaulters to refund their guarantors. And we are also working with the members when it comes to this small cause in tribunal. If members are willing to part with a small fee for us to file this tribunal and small claim costs, we are cooperating with the members. We are giving evidence of recovery. We are giving any information that may be useful in the tribunal or small court processes. Thank you. Back to the moderator.
Thank you. Bwana CEO, you can respond to the third part of the question.
Thank you, member Thomas. In terms of the social amenities, what I can say is that electricity is within the vicinity. This will be witnessed when you go there on Saturday. About the water, I know there are boreholes that have been sunk by the neighborhood, but this, of course, will come in place once the team that will buy the land, of course, they will form a welfare, and this welfare will be able to manage and handle the issues of the water and the other social amenities that go with the estate. But in terms of electricity, I can confirm it is within the vicinity, and that we shall witness when we go there. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, CEO, for the response. And I've seen quite a number of us are trying to ask about Fahari, and to ensure that you get like individualized response. I've shared an email on the chat, education@wauminisacco.com. So you have any individual question or concern or follow-up, you can send through this email, and all matters will be responded to. Over and above that, the way it has been mentioned, that on the 21st, that is the next coming Saturday, those who have shown interest will be going to that place, and I can assure you that you like the place. I've been there, and I'm also looking forward to see a majority of us participate this coming Saturday. Don't know, we have another Maria, you're online? Kindly go on, Maria. Rogers? Rogers, I can see your hand is up. Rogers Chelegolgo or Maria Boke, any can unmute.
Hello, how many?
Yes. Who is this?
This is Emily.
Yes, Emily.
Yes, I'm
Go on,
having
Emily.
a question on
Maria. Hello.
I can hear you. Maria, you can hold on. Eh?
Yes. My question is, this self-guaranteed loan, suppose I have 40,000. How much can I take as a loan that is self-guaranteed?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
again, I also have another question. I have the account called Prime account.
Yes.
I understand it for paying dividends, and mine is negative. I don't know why is it negative, and this year I got some dividends. And I don't know whether I should be putting some amount in it. Thank you.
Yeah, about the Prime account, FOSA manager will say something about that, and also about the self-guaranteed loan. As much as earlier we had been told for a self-guaranteed loan, you qualify for 95% of your deposits. So you calculate what is 95% of your the 40,000 that you've mentioned. But also the credit manager or the FOSA manager will mention something about that.
Thank you.
Then I request, then we have Maria. Maybe we'll take that as the last audio question for today. Then others will channel through the email and phone calls. Maria, are you with us?
Yes.
Yes. Go on, kindly.
Okay, mine was that about that self-guaranteed and that Prime account. I think I'm done. I'm just waiting for the answer for the Prime account, but for the self-guaranteed, I've understood.
Good. So, Emily, we can consider. Emily.
Okay, my question is on the Mjengo loan. Now, for example, I need a loan and I don't have the title deed, but my dad is ready to give me the title deed. Can I get the loan using his title deed?
FOSA manager. Yes, those are 3 questions directed to you, FOSA manager. We have one last one from Rogers. Rogers?
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Now, my question or my question or concern will be about the guarantorship. I was maybe suggesting or requesting if, let's say, you can put a limit whereby if you guarantee somebody who wants to take a loan of more than $1 million, you let the person, let's say, have a security to caution the guarantors. Because I've noticed there are some places, let's say somebody takes a lot of a loan, and then when he defaults, the guarantors are the ones to suffer more. So can you maybe put in place whereby if somebody is taking more than $1 million, the person maybe has, in addition to that, a security so that one could cushion out the guarantors. That's what my take or my proposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Rogers. Now we can get the responses. One from Madam Mushemi.
Thank you, members. I will respond to the Prime account. Like I said, a Prime account, it's a current account. And therefore, this account is not only for paying loan or dividends. It is good to understand that you can also be doing some deposits in that Prime account. Like any account that you open in bank, you can open an account in Equity, NCBA. It's the same thing that we have as a Prime account. The only thing we have done is that when we pay our dividends, we don't transfer the money directly to other accounts. We usually say the money has to hit your Prime account first. In this case, if the dividends were paid through prime account, I would like to know if the member was new and that is why maybe the account was negative. Remember, this account has a minimum balance of 1,000. And that is why maybe if you applied also for an ATM in this account, we deduct the amount in that account. So maybe I'll get the specific member number and then I call you to know why the account is negative. Otherwise, for a prime account, it's not only for paying dividends and loans. You can decide to use the prime account you can decide to use the prime account as your own account. Remember, this account can also be used for savings. That it's like an operating account whereby you can use it for savings, where you can just come withdraw, deposit your money as you wish. The other question was about Mjengo loan. Mjengo loan, yes, you don't have a title deed reading your name, but you have your title deed for your dad. If he's willing to give you the title deed, yes, we accept. You will only swear an affidavit that he has given you the title deed. There are some documents your dad is supposed to sign from the lawyer showing that he has agreed to give you the title deed to use as a security for your loan. And this applies across the board, even for other loans. Even if you want a development loan and you don't have a title deed reading your name, you can use another person's title deed and have it as security for your loan. It's only that now we have to go through the channel of the lawyer and also knowing the person who gave you the title deed. You have to bring his or her documents. That is the ID and the KRA pin. For self-guaranteed loan, like we said, if you have not guaranteed anybody, let's say you have a deposit of 100,000, you have not guaranteed any person, and you want a loan of 90,000, we usually give a self-guaranteed loan of 95% of what you have saved with us. Thereby, we don't require you to have guarantors for such kind of a loan. Remember what we are saying, for self-guaranteed loan, you should not have guaranteed anybody. So we give 95% of your deposit as a self-guaranteed loan. The self-guaranteed loan also has a appraisal fee. All the other charges are there. So we are supposed to deduct from the loan. Thank you, and back to you, moderator.
Before we invite a credit manager to give a response in regard to guarantorship, we are also preparing that our national chairperson will be crowning, and we request him at that point, in order also to accommodate those who requested that we also have a conversation in Swahili. They will be able to do that in Swahili. So as we prepare the national chairperson to come on board, Madam Judith Acheng, you can respond to the last question.
Thank you, moderator. The question was from Rogers, and it was asking that members who have applied for loan above 1 million should be required to provide a collateral to cushion members from guarantorship. In this case, currently we have a limit of 5 million. For members who have applied a loan of above 5 million, they are required to provide collateral. And we are going to present this one as a consideration to the board to discuss, and then we will inform the members about it. And then on guarantorship, what we are asking of you members is that when you are filling in the form, you should indicate how much you are guaranteeing a member, so that in case of default, you'll only lose what you have provided for what you have indicated on the loan form. Thank you.
Good, awesome. Now we are coming almost to the end of today's webinar, and this time I want to invite our chair. I want to invite our chair, and are being reminded that there is a burning a response in regard to one of the questions, and this one will give to the CEO in order to respond to that concern. Bwana CEO.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. As we were concluding, I've just cited a very interesting question from a member, and this is good we respond. One of the members has asked, how does she move her deposit wherever she is currently to a mini Sacco? Now, the Act is very clear on how members can move from one Sacco to another Sacco. If you want to move from one Sacco A to Sacco B, what you need to do is that just go to your Sacco that you are in currently, give instructions so that they can be able to transfer the money that you're holding there, the deposits, the savings that you're holding there to our mini Sacco. They'll be able to move that. Once they move that, we shall need a statement from that other Sacco and be able to give you a loan almost immediately. So what is important is for you to give instructions to the other Sacco. The other Sacco will respond, of course, by transferring directly to our mini Sacco. Then our mini Sacco will just inherit the continuation of you being a member in another Sacco, and you don't need to wait for 6 months period for you to get a loan. No, we'll give you almost immediately. So go to that Sacco and then do those instructions. We shall be waiting to receive you very soon. Thanks a lot.
Great. Shukran, Bwana Obui. At this point, I want to hand over to our chairperson, and I had requested him that in order not for us to leave anyone behind, to take few minutes around what we've discussed using Swahili language in order for all of us to take something home. And then after that, you will do the closing remarks. Over to you, Bwana Chairperson.
Thank you, Bwana Moderator, for this opportunity once again. I'll abide by your guidance that we have our members who probably have not followed up what our discussion was all about, and therefore the bringing in a bit of our national language might help them. So I'll change a bit. I don't believe I have the best, but I'll try my best. Ndugu wapendwa, wanachama wa shirika hili la akiba na mikopo la waumini, ni furaha kwa siku hii ya leo kuweza kujumuika pamoja nanyi, kuwasiliana nanyi na kuwapa maelezo ambayo yatawaelekeza katika ufanisi zaidi, kwa sababu chama hiki kina lengo la kukuwezesha wewe mwanachama kuweza kuimarisha hali yako ya maisha, si wewe pekee bali pamoja na familia yako na jamaa zako wote. Na kwa hivyo leo tumekuwa na kikao hiki kwa minajili ya kuwaeleza na kuwaelekeza ufahamu kuhusu jinsi unavyoweza kutumia bidhaa tulizo nazo hapa, huduma tunazotoa kujiendeleza. Endapo utakumbuka vema, basi historia ya chama hiki cha akiba na mikopo cha waamini ni kwamba kimeanzishwa kwa sababu ya kutusaidia sisi tunaofanya kazi katika mashirika ya kanisa Katoliki. Na ukweli ni kwamba tangu kuanzishwa kwa chama hiki cha akiba na mikopo yapata miaka 45 zilizopita, wengi tumenufaika. Mimi naweza kutoa ushuhuda. Lakini tumepata kugundua kwamba kuna wanachama wengi wasiofahamu manufaa ya kuwa mwanachama. Na ndiposa nimeanza kwa kuelezea yale ambayo tunayafanya hapa kuimarisha hali na shughuli zetu ili mradi kila na mmoja apate kunufaika. Na nikaanza kwa kuelezea kwamba tangu nilipojiunga na chama hiki miaka 22 iliyopita, kumekuwa na tatizo la mawasiliano. Mara nyingi tunapopiga simu hatuwezi kuwasiliana. Tutapata ile laini pengine haifanyi kazi ama simu haichukuliwi. Na ndiposa kwa kusaidiwa na wale wajumbe wetu tunaowaita delegates, tuliafikia kuanzisha kituo cha mawasiliano, tunakiita call center. Kituo hiki kimeanza kufanya kazi tarehe 3 mwezi huu. Hivi kwamba kwa sasa unapopiga simu, ile simu yako lazima itapokelewa. Na kama haitapokelewa, itaonekana kwamba ulijaribu kupiga simu na itakuwa ni wajibu wa wale maafisa wetu kurudia kwa kupigia ile simu wapate kusikia shida yako ilikuwa ni nini. Tunaita call center. Na mbali tuna simu ni kwamba unapopiga simu kwa hiyo nambari, ukweli ni kwamba yule afisa atakayeshika hiyo simu atakueleza mambo yako yote. Ile kompyuta inaonyesha huyu ni Morris anapiga simu, ni member namba fulani, na utakapojitambulisha kwa kupeana nambari yako ya kitambulisho, atakwambia, hata ukitaka kuambia vile mkopo wako huko, umelipa umefika wapi, bado ngapi, yale yote yanawezekana. Mimi nimethibitisha asubuhi ya leo, nimekuwa kule na nikathibitisha. Kwa hiyo haya tunayasema kwa ukweli wa mambo, kwa sababu tu Wakristo na sharti tudumishe ukweli wetu, fauka ya kuwa huenda hatuko kamili. Na vile vile nikasema ya kwamba faida ya kuwa mwanachama wa shirika kama hili ni kwamba mojawapo ni kuwa unaweza kuweka akiba. Na Waswahili wanasema akiba haiozi. Kazi tunazofanya ni kwa muda. Hatimaye tutaondoka mle makazini, lakini kwa wema wa Bwana Mwenyezi Mungu tutaendelea kuishi. Kwa hivyo endapo uliweka akiba, basi utakuwa na cha kutegemea. Endapo hukuweka akiba, ole wako, kwa sababu utaingia katika maisha ya kitaabu. Na nilivyosema pale awali, Muumba aliye Mwenyezi Mungu hapendi kuona tukitaabika. Atakapoona unataabika sana atakuita mara moja. Na ukweli ya kwamba ukiulizwa endapo utaitwa sasa hivi utaitikia, wengi mtasema hapana, bado nataka muda kidogo. Kwa hivyo tunakuhimiza uwe mwanachama ili uweze kuweka akiba. Waswahili wanasema akiba haifanyi nini? Haiozi. Na mbali na kuweka akiba, kuna faida zingine. Unaweza kuchukua mkopo na ile interest utatozwa, yani ile riba katika lugha ya Kiswahili, ni ya chini kuliko ukienda kwa benki ama taasisi yoyote ya mambo ya kifedha. Hivyo asilimia yetu ni kama 12 kwa mwaka. Kwa hivyo tunaona kwamba ni mkopo utakaopata na utalipa kwa gharama ya chini. Na katika ulimwengu huu tunamoishi, sio rahisi uendelee bila kuwa na mkopo. Kwa hivyo faida ya pili ni kwamba unaweza kupata mkopo. Faida ya tatu ni kwamba ukiwa utawekeza vizuri, yani utasave vizuri, basi wewe una ile hali ya kujisikia kwamba mimi nipo, kujioni kama wewe ni mlala hoi kila na wakati. Unajisikia hata na mimi niko, nina zangu 20,000 pale waumini. Kwa hivyo naweza kujikakamua. Na ndiposa nikasema kwamba itakuwa ni vizuri ukiweka akiba na ukiongeza ile akiba kabisa ili iwe nzito. Kwa sababu kuna faida nyingine. Mwaka unapoisha tunakupatia faida ambayo hutapata kwa benki yoyote. Tutakupatia faida kutokana na ile deposit yako ya kila mwisho wa mwezi na vile vile ile share capital yako. Kuna faida unahakikishiwa. Wale ambao tumesafiri pamoja kwa muda huu tunafahamu vyema. Kwa hivyo ni vizuri sana kuwa mwanachama na mwanachama ambaye anaendeleza wanachama wake vizuri. Na tukasema kwamba mara nyingine mambo yanakuwa ni magumu, maisha yanakuwa ni magumu, kazi imepotea. Utaendelea namna gani kuwa mwanachama? Hakikisha kwamba unalipa tu shilingi 600 kila mwezi, na hii inamaanisha kwamba account yako iko high, ina high hivi kwamba hata ukipatwa na shida basi utaweza kusaidiwa. Kwa sababu wale wanachama wetu ambao account zao ziko nzuri, kwamba wanachangia kila mwisho wa mwezi, wanapofariki, bahati mbaya hakuna anayependa kufariki, mara nyingi familia yao itapatiwa shilingi 160 kusaidia katika kugharamia mazishi, na vile vile kile alichokuwa ameweka kama akiba anarudishiwa mara 2. Kama ulikuwa umeweka pengine akiba yako ni shilingi 50,000, ile familia yako itaregeshiwa shilingi 100,000. Unaona, hiyo ni faida nyingine. Na kama ulikuwa na mkopo unalipa na bahati mbaya umefariki, ule mkopo wale watu wa bima wataishughulikia, kwa hivyo haitatolewa katika malipo yako. Kwa hivyo faida ni nyingi. Na faida nyingine nikasema kwamba kama shirika la akiba na mikopo la waumini tuna miradi mbalimbali. Na miaka michache iliyopita tulikuwa na huu mradi wa fahari kule ambapo tulipata shamba kule maeneo ya Komarok, na tukawa tumeng'ang'ana zaidi kupata ile shamba, na sasa tumeipata kabisa, tunaimiliki. Ile hati miliki tuko nayo hapo ofisini, yani ile title deed. Tukasema plot ambayo ni futi 50 kwa 100 ile plot ya kawaida, kwa wale tunaishi mijini tunafahamu, tunauza shilingi 800. Tunauza shilingi 800 kama wewe ni mwanachama wa Umini Sacco. Kama wewe si mwanachama, bila shaka gharama itakuwa juu. Na tukasema siku ya Jumamosi ijayo tutawapeleka wale wangependa kununua hizo plots. Tayari 4 zimechukuliwa, zilikuwa 78, zimebaki 74. Na kutokana na hiki kikao tumekuwa nacho leo, naona kuna wengi ambao wanasema mimi ningependa sasa hivi. Kwa hivyo pengine ufanye halahala ili mradi ujipatie moja na itakufaa na vizazi vyako vijavyo. Na tukasema kwamba kwa sababu ya mahitaji yetu kama wanachama, tuna uwezo mbalimbali, tumeanzisha mkopo fulani wa miaka 15. Yaani unalipa kwa miaka 15, unaweza kupata mkopo ambao tunauita Macau Plus loan, na mkopo huo unaweza kupata hadi shilingi milioni 15. Kwa hiyo kuna mkopo huu ambao tumeanzisha mpya kabisa, na tayari kuna mwanachama mmoja ambaye aliweza kuwasilisha ombi lake na karibu atapata hizo hela. Na tukakubali ya kwamba ukiangalia jinsi Kenya inavyoendelea kwa sasa, tunapitia wakati mgumu sana katika masuala ya kiuchumi. Mara kwa mara utasikia kuna malipo fulani serikali imeanzisha, na tukasema tuko hapa kukusaidia kama mwanachama, ili usije ukakwama na kusema wajua sasa ile payslip yangu haiwezi kudhamini mimi kupata mkopo. Na pia tukatoa ombi tukasema ya kwamba kuna wale tunaita dormant members, yani wewe ni mwanachama na hakuna unachochangia. Tukakuomba kama mweka hazina ama kama mwekezaji katika shirika hili, tafadhali hakikisha unatuma shilingi 600 kama umelemewa kabisa kwa mwezi, hivi kwamba akaunti yako inakuwa iko active, iko hai kabisa na unatambulika kama mmoja wa wanachama. Hivyo hata ikiwa bahati mbaya Mwenyezi Mungu akakuita, bado familia yako itapata msaada, utasaidiwa vizuri sana. Na tukasema kwamba wenzetu ambao walikuwa wanafanya kazi na mashirika yaliyokuwa yanapokea udhamini kutoka kwa serikali ya Marekani, tunajua wameathirika. Wengine huenda wamepoteza kazi, wengine hawana matumaini, lakini yote 9-10 ni kwamba tunawaomba wajitokeze, tushauriane nao jinsi tunavyoweza kuwasaidia katika hali ya kupata mikopo na jinsi wanavyoweza kulipa. Haitakuwa vizuri wewe ukiwa mmoja wao kwenda kule nje na kupiga domo, waumini wameninyima mkopo, waumini ile si heshima. Tuko hapa kwa minajili ya kutunza rasilimali zako ambazo ni hela, na hatungependa kupeana hela tukihobela ili mradi hatimaye iwe ni kwamba hatuna hela. Itakuwa ni jambo la busara tukiketi na wewe na tukasaidiana kwa mawazo na tukazungumza vizuri, alafu ukapata mkopo na ukaendelea. Kwa hivyo tunaelewa vizuri sana changamoto iliyopo, lakini tuko tayari kuwasaidia wanachama wetu. Hayo ndio tumesema kwa leo kwa ufupi. Jambo muhimu ama mada kuu ikiwa ni jinsi tunavyoweza kutumia bidhaa tulizo nazo kwa njia ya mikopo, yani ile aina mbalimbali ya mikopo tulio nayo kukusaidia wewe uendeleze maisha yako. Na tukawa nasema kwamba swala hili la udhamini linatatiza guarantorship. Unaweza kupata mkopo ambapo hutaweza kumhitaji mtu yetu kukudhamini, mkopo wa kipekee tunaoita self guaranteed loan, na endapo umeweka pesa zako hapa vizuri, tutakupatia hadi 95%. Kwa mfano kama umeweka shilingi 100,000 kama deposit zako, basi tunaweza kupatia loan ya shilingi 95,000 na tukakwambia tutafutie mdhamini, yani yule guarantor. Wewe chukua hizo hela, lipa, ukimaliza unaweza kuja mara nyingine upokee nyingine, hivyo hivyo tukiendelea. Kwa hivyo hakuna sababu ya wewe kutochukua mkopo ukidai ya kwamba mimi sina mdhamini. Huku niliko niko peke yangu, hakuna memba mwingine wa Umini Sacco, kwa hivyo sina guarantor. Ile ni sababu isiyo na msingi. Tafadhali chukua self guaranteed loan na utaona kwamba hakuna atakayekuuliza, na hiyo mkopo utapatiwa katika muda wa siku moja, ushapata ule mkopo na ukaendeleza miradi yako ili upate kuimarisha maisha yako. Kwa sababu Mwenyezi Mungu anamsaidia yule anayejisaidia. Usipojisaidia na unabaki katika kulia, basi utalia hivyo tu. Hata tukienda huko juu utakuwa bado unalia tu. Hata wale malaika wakifungua milango utakuwa unalia tu, kwa sababu wewe umefanya nini? Umezoea kulia badala ya kuchukua juhudi za kujisaidia. Shirika hili ni kukusaidia upate kujisaidia ili maisha yako yawe mazuri. Kama hivi sasa maisha yangu ni mazuri. So unaona hata vile naonekana kwa kompyuta yako, sikai mtu ambaye ana matatizo. Kwa hivyo lazima ufuate nyayo zangu. Wekeza hapa, weka akiba yako, chukua mikopo. Mimi nimechukua, nimejiendeleza. Hata sasa nikiitwa nikienda, naenda nimefurahi. Na waacha nyuma watakuwa wanafurahia maisha. Na wewe je? Mbona unasubiri vijisababu? Unajua sina garanta, sijui nini. Yale yote ni vijisababu. Tafadhali njoo, endapo unamjua mwenzio ambaye pengine ni wa shirika ambao mnafanya kazi na sio mwanachama, muhimize aje, na msipotoshwe na manabii wa uongo wanaokuja na kuambieni, wajua hii yetu inafanya kazi kama waumini Sacco. Sisi tufanya kazi kama waumini Sacco na hatuna mshirika mwingine, asija akawahadaa. Wajua sisi na waumini Sacco ni kitu kimoja. Hakuna kitu kama hicho. Tuna wafanyikazi wetu wanaweza kuwatembelea popote mlipo, kuwasaidia kwa ushauri ili mfanye maamuzi mema. Hayo ndio ningependa kusema katika lugha hiyo, ndugu Tom. Natumai ya kwamba nimejaribu. Endapo lugha yangu haikuwa nzuri sana, nimejaribu kadiri ya uwezo wangu. Nashukuru.
That was hiyo imekuwa mzuri. Thank you our chair. Umeiweka kwa ile lugha inafaa, hata mimi nimeielewa kabisa. And having said that, when the chair speaks, I cannot really say anything more, otherwise I'll be diluting that wisdom and that conversation. But to appreciate all those who've made this day be a success, I must appreciate the IT and the entire secretariat for setting the infrastructure to ensure that all goes well. I also want to appreciate fellow board members. I want to appreciate delegates, members, potential members, all these people who've created time to be with us this morning. My name is Tom Windy. I've been moderating this session. Currently, I'm the vice chairperson. At this point, I want to request Patrick Wandera to close with a word of prayer. But before we do that, I'm sure our national chairperson would like to say a word. Then after that, Patrick Wandera, you will close with a word of prayer. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Tom. I now switch back to this official language. And once again, I also want to take this opportunity to thank you as our member who have been with us since we started around 10 in the morning. But before I conclude, let me just reiterate one or two things. One, this is a message specifically to our delegates. This morning, as we arrived here at the Sacco, I got a bit of a disappointment. And what was my disappointment? My disappointment was that I went to our FOSA because I needed something little, and I found there a lady who has traveled all the way from Siaya. Looking at her age, I'm sure she qualifies to be my grandmother. She's traveled all the way from Siaya to come and withdraw money from our FOSA in Nairobi, simply because about 3 years ago, she retired and she was working in one of our units in the suburbs of the city. So you can imagine. And she tells me this is what she's been doing for the last 3 years since she went on retirement. She has to come all the way from Siaya. And those of us who know Siaya, she specifically comes from a place called Siaya Kogelo. That is Obama's ancestral land. She has to travel to FOSA in Nairobi to get the money she needs from her account. To me, it was sad news, because my expectation is the delegates will take this message to our members that we have branches all over. Can you imagine this lady crossing Kisumu, crossing Kericho, Nakuru, all the way to Nairobi? If she went to the Kisumu office, she would have been served. She didn't need to travel all this distance. So what am I saying? I'm requesting you as a delegate, please pass the information we give to you to the members on the ground so that they are informed. It's sad to get somebody to make such a long distance and such an elderly person to come and get her money from her FOSA account in Nairobi. But then, that notwithstanding, we are living in a world where we have to keep on learning and supporting each other every day. We appreciate your roles you are playing as delegates. Thank you so much. We feel you, and then every time you raise an issue, we appreciate. We appreciate and we try to act on it. You may not see me acting as the chair, but then our staff at the secretariat pick up this and they try to get back to you. In the event that you are not able to reach us, then the CEO is there, I'm there, all board members are there at your service. Please feel free to get in touch. There are quite a number who have reached me and have always come to their aid. I want to end up my discussion this morning by stressing 1 or 2 points. One, honorable members, we must increase our deposits. We must mobilize resources. We have our Catholic institutions coming in and they need big money. The bigger the money they take, the more interest we get. It's to our advantage. So look at what you are depositing as your monthly deposit. Please increase on it. Even if kidogo kidogo, try and increase on it because one, you're increasing your saving. Number two, you are assured of better returns at the end of the year. And you feel generally empowered. You're not worried. Number two, I want to again reiterate and appeal that let us improve on our loan uptake. Those of us who don't have loans, please, please, please come forward so that at the end of the year, you can as well tell me, I took a loan, I paid the interest, where are my benefits? I'll be more than happy to now handle you at that point. But if you come at the end of the year, as we go for our annual delegates meeting, you have not taken a loan, but you are really shouting, why are the returns down? Honestly speaking, as Morris, I can't take all the money to be my loan. The Sacco will collapse. It is you and me, each of us coming for a loan, then we move forward. So talk to your neighbor, talk to your colleague where you work, that we need to support our Sacco by increasing our deposits and then patronizing our products as shared by the credit manager, the FOSA manager. We have a variety of products that you cannot say none of them fits my needs. Honestly speaking, we have to support this Sacco because it has supported us. It has supported many. We look forward to this Sacco remaining strong and supporting many more to come. That's why we are asking you to introduce your spouses, your children, so that they'll be the members to push this Sacco in the next level. So loan uptake, the turnaround time is quite pleasing. Those of you who have asked for loans of less than $1 million, you realize within 2 days you have your money. It's no longer waiting for the committee, right? So the turnaround time is quite impressive. Please, let's take advantage, right? And then membership, the consolata declaration, the delegates. It's not only the delegates, even you members, wherever you are, you have somebody whom you believe qualifies to be a member. Please talk to that person so that we can all join hands in increasing our membership. The bigger the family, we are Africans. The bigger the family, the better. We have a lot to eat. And so don't just be a member and even your neighborhood does not know you are a member. Let your neighborhood see you are a member. We have bags we have given to some delegates, some t-shirts have come out. And generally, the projects you're undertaking as a member, your neighbor will ask you, how do you manage this? Tell him this is a loan from Waumini Sacco. What is this Waumini Sacco? Be our good ambassador. The more members we get, the more strong our Sacco becomes. And we want to enhance our position as a Tier 1 Sacco in this country so that we have many of our members benefiting. Remember, the entrance fee is very minimum. It's just 500 bob and you become a member. So I throw this to all of us as members, wherever we are. At the end of the year, I'll be happy if you told me, Chair, me, I recruited 500 members. We'll be giving a standing ovation with some little appreciation, right? And that's going to be great. And so without much ado, I want to once again thank the team at the Secretariat for organizing this. And in a bid to make good use of your resources, members, when we first had such a meeting, we paid large amounts of money to hire somebody from outside to come, make sure you can see us, we can talk. Today, we just have our staff here. We have a few of our managers here who are making sure this exercise goes on. So we are using minimal resources because we want to make sure that your resources are well used, and the bigger advantage is that you get better returns. So we don't want to be extravagant. We have to make use of our resources, the technology we have here, our human resource here, to make sure that we reach you at any time in the cheapest possible way. Secretariat under the CEO, asanteni sana for organizing this. My colleagues, board members who have been part of this discussion, moderator, Bwana Wandera, with the prayer. I want to believe, Wandera, you still pray for us. Madam Treasurer, Rose, asanteni sana for making time to come and talk to our members. And so, without much more I once again say, all of us who followed it online, asanteni sana, may the good Lord bless you and give you the wisdom to invest more heavily on Waumini Sacco, because indeed and truly it's a future to believe on. Thank you and God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for all who participated. Thank you, Chair, for your encouraging words. So I request that we believe and pray in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. God our Father, we thank you for this afternoon. We thank you that we invited you to be in our midst. And now as we are coming to a close, we want to pray through the book of Hosea chapter 4, verses 6, where you tell us, my people perish from lack of knowledge. How we pray this afternoon, Lord, that from today we may grow in your wisdom from the knowledge we have learned today from our very many facilitators, so that we may remain empowered members of this family of Waumini Sacco. We want to pray for our members wherever they are in the whole of this country. We want to pray even for our delegates. We want to pray for our board members. We want to pray for our secretariat being headed by our CEO and all the HODs and the staff, that as they continue serving our members, we may feel the presence of family and loving one another. And so as we depart, we pray that we may remain together in spirit as we depart physically, but we may continue to love one another. And in a special way, we pray for peace in our country, so that all we do, we may be able to realize the fruits at the end of the year. We ask all this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Recording.